From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Good Monday morning. Hope everyone out there had a fantastic weekend. Today is going to be a fantastic day. Sunny and 75 kind of weather. It'll be a little bit hotter for the rest of the week. Low to mid 90s for lower elevations for Tuesday through Sunday. Maybe a small shower chance on Sunday, but otherwise it's going to be a pretty dry forecast. Right now you're taking a live look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart. Can't really see much out there this morning, but in the other valley, in the Kittitas Valley, it's a little bit breezy out there. Also breezy for portions of the lower Columbia Basin. Some of those gusts between 15 to 25 miles per hour. And let's go ahead and take a look at temperatures for this morning. Hey, 30s and 40s this morning in the mountains. It's been a while since we've seen that. 40s and 50s for lower elevations. You'll need some sort of jacket this morning. By lunchtime, only into the mid 60s, then only into the mid 70s for the hottest part of the day. Definitely a very fall-like feel out there for today, but heating up for the rest of the week. I'll tell you just how hot coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, fire activity increased over the weekend for the Wildcat Fire in Yakima, prompting crews to focus on protecting homes and strengthening control lines. Well, the latest from the fire zone just ahead. Plus, an offhand comment at a middle school sparked a swift police response last week. We'll take you through what happened and what authorities found. And a quick-thinking homeowner helped stop a burglary in Grandview, and authorities are now on the hunt for the suspect. We've got all the details, all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. It is Monday, September 15th. Now, we want to get into your top stories, and we want to start with the fire watch. That's where fire activity picked up Saturday for the Wildcat Fire. Smoke was visible from some nearby areas. Now, much of the fire remains in remote wilderness, where it'll likely burn until heavy rain or snow helps fully extinguish it. Crews concentrated on protecting structures and strengthening control lines. That includes roads, dozer lines, and natural features, aiming to limit the fire spread toward critical areas. Most of the fire growth over the weekend was along ridges above Bumping Lake, including a quarter-acre spot fire near Goose Prairie. Helicopters quickly responded, stopping the fire's forward movement with targeted water drops. Now crews continue removing vegetation, operating sprinklers around homes, and widening control lines. That's while aviation resources remain on standby. But we now want to check in with our Chief Meteorologist, Josh Colbreth, to get a better understanding of the fire activity that we saw over the weekend. Josh, what can you tell us?
Yeah, Jessica, we did see a little bit of growth over the weekend, and unfortunately containment stayed put at 8%. But here's the good news. Not seeing a whole bunch of active hotspots on the fire's perimeter. And the growth we did see over the weekend was just around 1,000 acres. So things holding pretty steady there. Still level 2 evacuations in place for Goose Prairie and for Bumping River Road. And then the other fire we've been tracking, the Labor Mountain Fire, this one burning in northern Kittitas County, a little bit into Chelan County at this point. It is just on the cusp of being at 4,800 acres, but we do finally have some containment on this one. 5% of containment and a few active hotspots, mostly on the southern and the eastern flank of the fire. Dry weather over the next 7 days, so that's not going to help out with the containment efforts of either fire. It doesn't look like we're going to have a ton of explosive growth, but it will be warmer and dry over the next 7 days. I'll talk more in depth about that forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Looking to Kennewick now, where police responded quickly on Friday after a student at Desert Hills Middle School mentioned a firearm at the end of the school day. School resource officers, along with patrol officers, tracked down the student on a bus. Officials confirmed the student's backpack and locker were checked and no firearm was found. Parents cooperated and the student was released to them. Now the school district is reviewing disciplinary action, and authorities said there was no indication the student had or would have access to firearms. And now to a crime alert out of Richland. A vehicle collided with the power pole near Goethals Drive and Gillespie Street in Richland early Friday morning. The driver initially fled on foot, but officers quickly located him in a backyard where he had a prior domestic violence-related court order, keeping him at least 1,000 feet away. The suspect complied with authorities and was taken into custody without further incident. He was booked into the Benton County Jail for violating the court order, driving without a license, and also hit and run. Neighbors temporarily lost power after the pole was sheared off, but the City of Richland's electrical division responded promptly to restore electricity. And over the weekend, the Benton County Sheriff's Office assisted Grandview and Prosser Police after a burglary in a Grandview home was interrupted. It began when a homeowner returning to their house saw a suspect leaving and quickly called authorities. The suspect initially fled in a vehicle, but later bailed on foot in the Prosser area. Now, deputies and detectives working alongside K-9 RIF responded quickly and tracked the area. While the suspect managed to escape, a person of interest has been identified and the investigation remains ongoing. Looking at your voice, your vote in Richland, where voters might be able to change how city council seats are filled in their community. The League of Women Voters of Benton and Franklin counties held a forum to talk about the pros and cons of changing how Richland votes for city council members, and they also answered some questions from the audience. Now, this change would appear as an initiative in change of the city's charter in this upcoming general election, which means the charter as it was written up in about 1958 was all at-large council members, and it hasn't been changed since. Now, with this initiative, there would be 5 district council members and 2 at-large council members. Although they're not in favor or opposed with each position, they did share some pros and cons of each side.
If in your district you had a particular problem, like a street problem, the one lady talked about not getting her streets paved properly. If you were at large, you could email or try to call all 7 of the council people. But if you had district, you can call your particular council member and really try to work with that person who should understand your neighborhood problems, and they might then be more of a champion for trying to fix that problem. It could possibly encourage each district to look out for themselves a little more than looking out for the city as a as one unit. That is a possibility.
As of right now, they aren't scheduled for another roundtable talk like this, but could change if people show enough interest. And if passed in this upcoming general election this November, then in February, there would be a special vote and all council members would have to run again. And we'll, of course, keep you updated. Now, Governor Bob Ferguson is bringing attention to the future of Hanford cleanup. At a press conference in Kennewick on Friday, Ferguson, along with the state ecology director, also local leaders and labor representatives, spoke out against reports that the U.S. Department of Energy may abandon plans to fully commission the waste treatment plant. Last week, Energy Secretary Chris Wright claimed that they want to go in a new direction, but local officials and the governor say that move would violate legally binding agreements and threaten decades of work and billions of dollars invested in the project.
Look, the Secretary of Energy had a conversation with the United States Senator in Washington State saying they're going to pull the plug on this. That's not a rumor. That's a conversation at the highest level of our government, highest level. So this is not rumors. That's a conversation from the Secretary of Energy to United States Senator Patty Murray. So that is why we're all here, right? We're not in rumor world anymore, right? This is reality world.
Republican Representative Dan Newhouse spoke with Secretary Wright last week, and he issued a statement to us that read in part, quote, "Despite reports to the contrary, the U.S. Department of Energy has made no changes to the plans or strategy for the facility." He also went on to say they are committed to beginning operations by October 15th, but noted they need to prioritize the health and safety of the workforce. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest,
there is no question in my mind that cancer probably isn't a strong enough word. What we have done, especially to our kids, it took us a decade to realize how evil these algorithms are.
in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death, lawmakers are demanding action, from boosting security to cracking down on social media. The latest push to keep leaders and kids safe. We've got all those details coming up in your national news. But first, our Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
You get in a car wreck and call the insurance company and get nowhere. Stop wasting your time. Just make one more call to 853-2222. They can't ignore my demands to pay you all the money you deserve.
Call 853-2222.
For 600 different cigars and 120 fine pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Right now, U.S. Cellular makes it easy to switch and get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in.
No trade-in? But we're willing to trade in our teeth.
Nope. You don't have to trade your teeth in or an old phone.
I like that.
Yeah, your parents get an amazing deal.
I almost lost this one.
Yeah, you get to leave your tooth under your pillow.
For me, it's Tooth Fairy time.
Get $1,000 off any phone with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Head to Queensgate Gardens in Richland for some fall family fun. Explore our corn and hay bale maze, zoom down the dump truck slide, and try our pumpkin archery. Get creative with pumpkin painting, play laser tag, and enjoy our U-Pick flower fields. Make fall memories at Queensgate Gardens in Richland.
Got a family reunion in the works? Make it unforgettable at Beaver Valley Lodge. With cozy rooms, beautiful mountain views, and plenty of space to gather, it's the perfect place to reconnect and make new memories. Book direct with us and get 10% off. That means more savings for barbecues, bonfires, and all those late-night laughs. So skip the middleman and book direct today, because great reunions start with the perfect place to stay. Beaver Valley Lodge. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
You get in a car wreck and call the insurance company and get nowhere. Stop wasting your time. Just make one more call to 853-2222. They can't ignore my demands to pay you all the money you deserve.
Call 853-2222.
You feel that? A Monday Night Football doubleheader. Baker feels it. That hyped up energy and a recharged rivalry. Feeling all the feels. From Bucks Texans at 7 on ABC and ESPN, and Chargers Raiders at 10 on ESPN.
An awesome flight over an awesome river. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Let's go ahead and take you on a zone-by-zone tour of this morning's temperatures. Almost, well, not almost down to freezing, about 10 degrees away from it, but still within the ballpark. 41 for Snoqualmie Pass, 54 in Ellensburg, and then upper 40s to low 50s in the Yakima Valley, 51 in Selah, 51 for Toppenish, 48 in Yakima. In the lower Columbia Basin, all of us in the 50s, have some low 50s, 51 in Umatilla, have some mid 50s, 56 in the Tri-Cities, 40s and 50s for the foothills, and then it looks like 30s and 40s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. Okay, here's your coat cast for this Monday in the Tri-Cities. I'm going with a light jacket at least through 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Now by lunchtime, should be t-shirt weather out there, especially if you're going to be standing in the direct sunshine. Shade might be a little bit of a different story. And then into the evening, light jacket weather again. So for today, we'll have highs of the mid-70s, very fall-like out there, lots of sunshine, just a gorgeous day. Get out there and enjoy it if you can. Now let's talk about upper-level wildfire smoke over the next couple days. This map definitely not as lit up as it has been over the past couple weeks. We'll still see some smoky and hazy conditions immediately downwind of the Wildcat and the Labor Mountain fires, but we're not going to see widespread smoky or hazy conditions like we did for last week, like I said. So again, given that our forecast is going to be warm and dry, I'll sort of show you the progression of the forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. In your national headlines this morning, there is new fallout from the killing of Charlie Kirk. Some lawmakers are pushing for more regulation of social media, while others are focusing on improving security for politicians. ABC's Allison Cossack has more.
This morning, in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death, sources say the Trump administration is asking Congress for $58 million to boost security for the executive and judicial branches. It's also supporting an increase in security for members of Congress.
I've been talking with a lot of them over the last few days about that and trying to calm the nerves, to assure them that we will We will make certain that everyone has the level of security that's necessary.
Some lawmakers now canceling events until they have a better handle on security. After Kirk's death, the spotlight is also turning to social media with bipartisan calls for reform. Utah's governor says he believes social media has played a direct role in every assassination and assassination attempt in recent years.
There is no question in my mind that cancer probably isn't a strong enough word. What we have done, especially to our kids, it took us a decade to realize how evil these algorithms are.
Many lawmakers demanding social media companies better regulate content specifically for children, pointing to the graphic videos of Kirk's killing shared online.
The ways in which folks are then taking the horrific images of these incidents and propagating them on the internet adds fuel to the fire. We can and should pass bills.
Now, as for Kirk's organization, Turning Point USA, it's reportedly seeing a surge in interest from colleges and universities looking to start new chapters on their campuses. And keep it here, because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Josh Colbreth is back with how your weather is looking for the week. It's all coming up in his first alert weather forecast, which is right after the break.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Kittitas Valley Healthcare is your trusted home for health, offering expert orthopedic care for your family. With over 55 years of combined experience, our team uses state-of-the-art equipment to improve surgical outcomes and provide compassionate, patient-centered care. We're committed to making your experience comfortable and efficient, so you can stay active and healthy. Learn more and schedule a consultation through our website at kvhealthcare.org. Your home for health.
At Bravo RV, we're gearing up for a huge event you will not want to miss out on.
The Forest River National Sales Event is on now. For a limited time, you can save big across our entire lineup of Forest River products. There's still time to get out, go camping, and make unforgettable memories. With Forest River, you'll find the perfect RV built for your journey and perfected for your stay. Don't wait. These amazing deals won't last long.
Broadmoor RV, we made camping fun. Don't leave it to chance. Trust Vance for your heating system check. Call before October 10th to schedule your appointment, and you'll pay only $64. Don't wait. Call today or book online.
They say that breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Well, they are correct.
Your seasonal situationship is a pumpkin spice iced coffee for $2.29.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Feeling overwhelmed? It's time to shed your worries, literally. At Columbia Basin Buildings and Sheds, we've got the perfect shed to clear the clutter, create space, and bring peace to your life. Man cave, playhouse, done. Want something custom? We'll build it just the way you want it. And we deliver for free. Summer is here. Shed the mess, shed the stress. See dealer for special pricing. Visit Columbia Basin Building and Sheds today in Kennewick or West Richland.
Tampa Bay takes on Houston Monday Night Football at 4 at a special time today. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Today is going to be a gorgeous day out there. Lots of sunshine across the map and high temperatures that will be about 5 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. So 50s and 60s up in the mountains, mid 70s for lower elevations. Jessica said this morning walking into work, it was a little crisp, and I would concur with that. Winds for today, going to be a little bit breezy in the Cascades, the Kittitas Valley, the lower Columbia Basin, but in the Yakima Valley for the Blue Foothills and the Blue Mountains should be pretty light winds. Then for tonight, mostly clear skies. Again, it could be a little bit hazy or smoky immediately downwind of the Wildcat Fire and the Labor Mountain Fire, but other than that, good air quality. Overnight lows down into the 40s and 50s for all of us. So another crisp one out there. The wind gusts for tonight should be mostly light for the valleys, the basin, the foothills, and the blues, but a little bit breezy up in the Cascades, so that'll work against firefighters working on both of those lines. And then again for tomorrow, some of those gusts between 20 to 25 miles per hour up in the Cascades, so that could work against firefighters once again. Forecast high is going to go back up. We'll be into the mid-80s in the Tri-Cities, really from Tuesday through Saturday. A little bit cooler by the time we get to Sunday. And that drop-off in temperatures is going to coincide with a little uptick in shower chances. But you see, for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, not a lick of rain in the forecast. But then for Sunday, I should say, that's when we'll have about a 20% chance of some showers. Definitely doesn't look like a washout, but it's something we'll keep close tabs on. Here is 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Sunny and 75 today, then low to mid 80s Tuesday through Sunday. In Yakima, mid 70s Monday, then we'll be in the 80s after that with a small shower chance for Sunday. In Ellensburg, dry and warming up through Friday, a bit cooler Saturday and Sunday with a little chance for rain on Sunday. In Hermiston, a little bit breezy today, but otherwise a fantastic fall-like day, feeling a bit more summer-like for the rest of the work week. And finally, for Walla Walla, a dry, warm, and sunny forecast ahead. Maybe a few more clouds and shower chances by this week. I mean, you see only a 10% chance of rainfall on Sunday.
And the Emmy goes to...
Coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Hollywood's biggest stars had their moment in the spotlight at the 77th Annual Emmy Awards, with the standout winners who walked away with gold coming up in your entertainment headlines.
Attention former Hanford workers and contractors. You deserve the benefits and care you've earned. You may qualify for benefits including life-changing in-home health care. Join United Energy Workers Healthcare for a free benefits fair and lunch at the Three Rivers Convention Center in Kennewick on Friday, September 19th. Reconnect, enjoy great food, and learn about exclusive benefits to help you live longer, better, and independently at home. RSVP by calling 509-286-2661 or visit uewhealth.com.
Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
Dear Friday, let's put good times in gear. We've got power tailgates to power game days and a trailer backup guide that's the champ of the ramp. Heck, we might even cancel Monday. Toyota trucks.
Right now, you can lease a rugged new Toyota Tacoma for just $279 per month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Prosser Memorial Health has received a 5-star rating from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Prosser Memorial Health is one of just 290 hospitals nationwide to receive their highest rating, and one of only 2 critical access hospitals in the state of Washington. For over 78 years, Prosser Memorial Health has provided high-quality and compassionate care to our communities served. It's our privilege. Learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Apple Valley News Now, the official television home of the Seattle Kraken.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment news, last night was a big night in Hollywood with some major winners stealing the spotlight.
That's right, from emotional first-time wins to comedy legends racking up trophies, the 77th Annual Emmy Awards had no shortage of standout moments.
And this morning, Rick Damigella takes us inside the night's biggest victories and the speeches that had everybody talking.
And the Emmy goes to Adolescence.
British crime drama Adolescence was the big winner at the 77th Emmy Awards. The Netflix series won the limited anthology series or movie categories for Outstanding Series, Directing, Writing, Supporting Actor for Owen Cooper, Supporting Actress for Erin Doherty, and Lead Actor for Stephen Graham.
I'm just a mixed-race kid from a block of flats in a place called Kirby. So for me, to be here today in front of my peers and to be acknowledged by you is the utmost humbling thing I could ever imagine in my life.
Seth Rogen, The Studio. In the comedy categories, The Studio was the big winner, taking home 4 Emmys, with Seth Rogen winning Lead Actor.
I've never won anything in my life. When I was a kid, I bought a used bowling trophy at an estate sale. And my parents were like, yeah, that's a good idea. You should probably buy that.
And returning to the stage for writing, directing, and outstanding comedy series.
It's getting embarrassing. I really appreciate it, in all honesty.
The Pit.
Medical drama The Pit won 3 Emmys for Outstanding Drama Series, Catherine LaNasa winning Supporting Actress, and Noah Wyle for Lead Actor, marking his first Emmy win.
To anybody who's going on shift tonight or coming off shift tonight, thank you for being in that job. This is for you.
And the Emmy goes to The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
Arguably the biggest standing ovation of the night went to The Late Show with Stephen Colbert and its win for Outstanding Talk Show.
Sometimes you only truly know how much you love something when you get a sense that you might be losing it. And 10 years later, in September of 2025, my friends, I have never loved my country more desperately. God bless America. Stay strong, be brave, and if the elevator tries to bring you down, go crazy and punch a higher floor. Woo!
In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
Is that a common saying, the elevator thing?
I've never heard it, but I gotta put that in the back pocket.
I'm gonna take that too. I'm stealing that. When the elevator tries to bring you down, punch a higher floor.
Up to the next floor. Yeah.
Huh, I love it. All right, keep it here because coming up next, big changes for donors in the Tri-Cities. The American Red Cross officially opens its new Kennewick Center, and we'll show you what makes this new location brighter, more convenient, and also how it'll attract a younger generation of donors. Plus, measuring success isn't always as simple as a stopwatch. We'll dive into how Southridge High School's divers are learning to build their confidence one leap at a time. All that is in your next half hour, but first, let's go to your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, President Trump says he may let TikTok die, but says it's up to China. Congress passed a law ordering TikTok to be sold to a U.S. company or be shut down here in the U.S. Trump is not saying whether he'll extend the deadline beyond this Wednesday. Next, reported layoffs at Elon Musk's AI startup. xAI is said to have laid off 500 people from the team that labels and prepares data used to train its chatbot Grok. xAI is seeking to grow its team of specialist AI tutors. And Kodak just made a new camera so tiny and small, it can fit onto your keyring. Charmera, that's the name. It's smaller than your AirPods case. It costs $30. It can shoot pictures and videos. It comes in 7 different designs. It comes in what's called a blind box, so you won't know what design you're getting until it's unwrapped. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Perry Russum. Have a great day.
What does it mean to live a rich life? It means brave first leaps, tearful goodbyes, and everything in between. With over 100 years' experience navigating the ups and downs of the market and of life, our financial advisors will be there to help guide you through, so you can move ahead with confidence. Because with all you've done to find your rich, we'll do all we can to help you keep enjoying it.
Every breath you take, every move you make, every day you wake, make no mistake, we'll be helping you. Every breath you take.
With bugs, the struggle is real. That's why you need Zevo traps.
Zevo works 24/7 to lure, catch, and kill 99.9% of bugs trapped for effortless protection. Zevo, people-friendly, bug-deadly.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
When I walked out this morning, it was chilly.
Yes.
It's Fallelujah.
Well, it's Fallelujah for this morning, tomorrow morning.
Is it where we have to have a sweater in the morning and then by the daytime we're sweating?
I'd say we're starting to get into that territory now.
Not totally there yet?
Yeah, so would you consider that Fallelujah? Is it still that gray area?
No, I think it's getting there, like you said. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the jackpot is getting there as well.
Ooh, 125.
Sponsored by our good friends at the Legends Casino and Hotel. Yes. The jackpot up to $125 now, as on Friday went with the forecast high to 84 in Pasco Tri-Cities. It verified at 85. So for today, much cooler, 75, sunny and 75, my favorite kind of weather. So if it verifies between 72 to 78, the jackpot's going to hit $150. If that doesn't happen, the jackpot could be yours. Find out how to win the jackpot by going to applevalleynewsnow.com, clicking on the contest page, or you can scan the QR code that's on your screen. Bottom line for the forecast, again, sunny and 75 for today for lower elevations, low to mid 80s Tuesday through Sunday, so getting out of that Fallelujah territory, and then that very small shower chance that we'll have on Sunday. Otherwise, the forecast is going to be dry. Taking a live look at Yakima, this view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart. We are seeing some gust in the other valley, the Kittitas Valley, and also slightly breezy for portions of the lower Columbia Basin. When you factor in some of the temperatures for this morning and the gusts, yeah, it is a little crispy out there. So 30s and 40s for the mountains and 40s and 50s for lower elevations. You will want to bundle up with at least a light jacket. Okay, your hourly forecast for today for the Tri-Cities going to be around room temperature at lunchtime, and then around 75 degrees for the hottest part of the day, really the warmest part of the day. Mid-70s for all lower elevations, lots of sunshine. I'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of this magnificent Monday forecast that's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Starting this half hour off with local living, after more than 2 decades in Richland, the Red Cross is turning the page on a new location. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen shows us how the move to Kennewick is designed to better serve donors and the community.
A new beginning. After months of construction and planning, the American Red Cross has officially opened its new blood and platelet donation center in Kennewick.
I think it's always good to have everything under one roof so that we can have synergies with, some of our volunteers that come in can donate. This would be a little bit more of a convenient operation.
The new building on West Deschutes Avenue replaces the longtime Richland Center on Welshing Way. After their lease expired, Red Cross leaders say consolidating services here from blood collection to first aid training and disaster response makes their mission stronger.
A lot more windows in this place, so that a lot brighter, just a nicer donor experience. We have the same great staff from our Richland location, but definitely a much better donor experience.
Longtime donor John Propson has been giving blood for more than a decade. He says he'll miss the Richland site, but today's opening is a reminder of why he keeps coming back.
It's something I can do to give back to the community. It's something that helps people that need help. They're lacking something and I can provide it.
Red Cross leaders say this fresh start in Kennewick is about more than just a new building. Nationally, the organization is investing in updated centers to attract younger donors, a group they say is crucial to the future of blood donation.
We really want to reach out to our new donors. We also have some diversity initiatives where we're reaching out to our Latino engagement partners and the Sickle Cell Initiative to make sure that we're reaching out to our Black and African American donors to provide life-saving blood for those that are afflicted with sickle cell disease.
Although the doors are already open, the official grand opening celebration will be held in October. Reporting in Kennewick, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Dan. And the new Kennewick location will offer the same blood and platelet donation services as Richland, plus they'll continue mobile blood drives across the Tri-Cities. Now, to schedule an appointment, you can find a link up on our website. That's applevalleynewsnow.com. And talking sports now, diving is one of the few sports that requires judging to decide who wins. Apple Valley News Now's Jake Gable finds out what goes into divers chasing a judge's high score.
Most sports have very measurable results to decide who wins, but that's not the case with diving. Take swimming, for example. Still in the water, held at the same event, but you can clearly measure who wins. The first person with the fastest time wins. You can measure time, but how do you measure the quality of a dive? One of the judges, Jason Hart, explains what they are looking for.
We look for, it's technical, and we begin with the approach, and we make sure the approach is solid, and we see how far they're from the board, and how their height off the board, and then ultimately the last thing we see is their entry.
With many different variations of dives, as well as a different combination of things that they have to pay attention to, there's a lot on a diver's mind in order to get the judges to give them the best score.
And as a very independent sport, with all eyes on you on the board, confidence is key.
Our dive coach, Kelsey, she's amazing, and she helps. She teaches these skills while boosting their confidence, and what comes out of it is I see some kids, girls and boys, just get more confident every single day, and that to me is the big win about going up there and doing that in diving.
Hart, while also being a judge, is the Southridge High School swim head coach as well. Southridge had 3 divers compete, and Hart was proud of their work.
I thought they did great. They challenged themselves, and they're doing different dives every day in practice, and it's exciting to see how much they improve and progress through getting better at those dives.
And while swimmers and divers compete separately, you can still see them on the sidelines supporting their fellow teammates. In Kennewick, Jake Gable, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Jake. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest.
Don't let these give you a false sense of security that you can walk away.
So they're supposed to keep kids safe in the kitchen, but tests are revealing big safety issues surrounding toddler towers. We'll have the full breakdown and what parents should keep in mind before buying that viral gadget. But first, Josh is back with your First Alert weather forecast. That'll be right after the break in just a few minutes.
The 3-Degree Guarantee, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
Hello. Hi, Robin.
GMA This Morning. Jennifer, Reese, Robin.
Sign me up.
The stars of the morning show come to America's #1 morning show.
I just got goosebumps.
This morning, only on
Good Morning America.
Do it all with Steel Battery. Now is the best time to save big on over 40 hardworking Steel tools. Hurry into your local Steel dealer or shop online.
What makes NUU unique? The amazing customer service that we offer to our patients. They know that they're heard, that they're listened to, and we genuinely care about their well-being.
From the second I walked in that office, I felt seen, I felt heard, I didn't feel judged. It just was like, we're a team and we're gonna figure this out.
I had a rare form of breast cancer. Dr. Fedino has just been fantastic. She was really just on my side and helping me, and I'm so relieved and blessed that I went there.
I'm nowhere near diabetic, and I feel amazing. And I lost 55 pounds, and I've been able to keep it off.
She had saved my life if she hadn't taken just that moment to ask me one extra question. I absolutely would have had an ugly cancer 6 months later.
Check out our new location in Kennewick or come see us in Yakima. Go to NUUWomen'sClinic.com to explore the countless ways that wellness meets beauty.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get 4 free phones plus 4 lines for $90.
Hey, we're tired of having the wool pulled over our eyes with these hidden requirements. What aren't we seeing?
Yeah! Do we get our choice of free phones?
Yep, you get the latest phones.
I bet we have to trade in our old phones, though.
Nope, sure don't.
Wow.
High five. Almost. Higher. Yes. Nope.
Get 4 phones plus 4 lines for $90 with no trade-in, and we'll pay off your current contract when you switch. US Cellular, built for us.
Okay, bye.
I met a cute poodle outside.
Oh, really?
She said everyone's talking about you and how you work for free. That can't be true.
Sure it is. When you're injured and have the heavy hitter on your team, we win or it's free.
Free?
Yeah. You don't pay us a penny unless we win for you.
That's doggone crazy.
Hello? Yeah, sure. That cute poodle you were talking to wants to have a play date.
Let's go.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
From Hollywood, it's Dancing with the Stars. Dancing with the Stars, Tuesday on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is going to be a gorgeous day out there from the Cascades to the Blues. High temperatures about 5 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. Definitely feeling very fall-like out there. Mid-60s up in the Cascades. We're going to be in the mid-70s for the Kittitas Valley. A little bit breezy today. Some of those gusts out of the south and east between 15 to 20 miles per hour. That could put some rather dry air on top of the perimeter, the Wildcat Fire and the Labor Mountain Fire. So we'll see how that impacts both of those fires' perimeters. Then in the Yakima Valley, mid-70s up and down the valley, light winds, lots of sunshine. And the lower Columbia Basin, some of these breezes could be out of the north and east. Highs also in the mid-70s. And then for the Blue Foothills, low 70s for the Morrow County foothills, mid-70s for the foothills of Umatilla and Walla Walla counties, and then 60s and 70s for the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains. Wind gusts pretty light out this way as well. Now let's show you the atmospheric lay of the land over the next couple days. We'll put this into motion with Futurecast satellite and radar. You see this spinning blue H right here. This is an area of high pressure, and this is going to be the dominant feature over the next couple of days. So you see by Tuesday at lunchtime this cold front that's sitting off the Pacific, it looks like that's inching closer and closer to our region, but the high pressure is going to scare it off. So that's going to keep us warm and dry over the next week or so, really. And I'll tell you just how warm we could trend by the middle of the week. That's going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. And now time for your consumer reports. Today we're talking about toddler towers. They've become a must-have in many homes with young children, and they give kids a boost to cook, play, and also learn alongside their parents. But a new Consumer Reports investigation has uncovered serious safety hazards with many popular models, raising questions about the safety risks that families may not see. Marcy Whalen explains what parents should be on the lookout for.
Did you guys eat all that avocado?
Joey Gollum's daughters love making dinner with their mom, thanks to a little boost from a toddler tower.
I think having access to cooking with me at my level, and again, learning some of those chopping skills, tasting food with me, seeing what I'm doing, mixing things, that was such a special thing for us to share and be able to cook in the kitchen.
With guardrails and other safety features designed to prevent falls, toddler towers are marketed as a safer alternative to a chair or step stool. But reports of kids falling out or tipping over in the towers surfaced, both to the Consumer Product Safety Commission and in online reviews.
There's a really wide range of quality in toddler towers on the market, and safety standards have not been established yet for how they're made or tested.
Consumer Reports conducted its own independent tests of 16 popular models. The results?
13 of the 16 towers we looked at failed our stability test.
Consumer Reports stability test simulates what happens when a child leans to one side of a tower or climbs up one side of a tower. CR reached out to the manufacturers. The 6 who responded said their products passed internal safety tests. The test results may sound alarming, but Consumer Reports says it's important to follow basic safety precautions when using a toddler tower. If you're shopping for one, look for a strong, wide base and a heavy frame with a low center of gravity and movable parts you can't adjust without tools. Avoid large cutouts or wide rails. Kids can get stuck in them. And make sure the top guardrail is above your child's belly button while they're standing on the tower. Also, remember to use the towers on level floors and check the screws and fasteners regularly to make sure they're tight. This is Marcy Whalen.
Now, it's also important to keep in mind that there's a whole new level of danger when your kids can reach the kitchen counter, as there are often things like knives, glassware, and even a hot stove. So a quick round of childproofing can help keep kitchen time fun and safe. And keep it here, because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door, And Josh is back with your full First Alert weather forecast. It's all right after the break.
Looking for a new appliance but don't want to wait weeks for delivery? At Fred's Appliance, our Get It Today inventory makes sure you don't have to. Thanks to our fully stocked warehouses, we have a vast selection of appliances ready for you right now. From refrigerators to washing machines, ovens to dryers, you name it, we have it ready to go. No more waiting, no more delays, just the appliance you need when you need it. Fred's Appliance. If we advertise it, we've got it. Visit any of our showrooms and get your new appliance today.
Got a family reunion in the works? Make it unforgettable at Beaver Valley Lodge. With cozy rooms, beautiful mountain views, and plenty of space to gather, it's the perfect place to reconnect and make new memories. Book direct with us and get 10% off. That means more savings for barbecues, bonfires, and all those late-night laughs. So skip the middleman and book direct today, because great reunions start with the perfect place to stay. Beaver Valley Lodge. Come as a guest and leave as a friend.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos, it's The Educated Cigar. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado, it's The Educated Cigar. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's The Educated Cigar. At The Educated Cigar, you can enjoy your favorite adult beverage and food from the on-site bar and restaurant while smoking and viewing the big game. Family owned and operated since 1998, open 7 days a week.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Flavors that feed your fancy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oreo Thins. Stay playful.
Every great performance starts with a great night's sleep. Thanks to new Natrol Sleep and Restore, which helps me be this me. Every great night's sleep starts with Natrol.
New Natrol Sleep and Restore for your ultimate restorative sleep.
The amazing St. Joe River on Fly the Northwest Tuesday. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It is going to be a beautiful day out there. Lots of sunshine from the Cascades to the Blues, and high temperatures are going to be about 5 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. So 60s for the Cascades, 50s and 60s for the Blues, and it looks like we'll have mid-70s for the valleys, for the basin, and for the foothills. Wind gusts today, a little bit breezy in the Cascades, the Kittitas Valley, and the lower Columbia Basin. So some of those breezes, especially being out of the south and east, could put some drier air around the fire perimeters of the Wildcat and the Labor Mountain fires. So we'll see how both of those perimeters react to that. Tonight, mostly clear skies. Overnight lows are going to be crisp once again. So we'll be down into the 40s and 50s for both the Cascades and the Blues. Also be in the 40s and 50s for lower elevations. Wind gusts at this point, mostly calm. Could still be a little bit breezy up in the Cascades. Then for tomorrow, wind gusts ramp back up for the Cascades, 20 to 25 miles per hour. So again, we'll see what ends up happening to the Wildcat and the Labor Mountain fires. And also, again, a little bit breezy for the Kittitas Valley, for the Blue Foothills, but the Yakima Valley, the basin, the highest terrain of the Blue Mountains, looks like the winds are going to be pretty light. High temperatures for today, about 5 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year, but then heating back up to values that are either seasonal or a little bit hotter than normal for this time of the year. Mid-80s in the Tri-Cities for Wednesday through Saturday, a little bit cooler by Sunday, and that drop off in high temperatures from Saturday to Sunday coincides with a little shower chance on Sunday, but for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, no rainfall in the forecast. Okay, here is 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Sunny and 75 today, then low to mid 80s Tuesday through Sunday. In Yakima, mid 70s Monday, then we'll be in the 80s after that with a small shower chance for Sunday. In Ellensburg, dry and warming up through Friday, a bit cooler Saturday and Sunday with a little chance for rain on Sunday. In Hermiston, a little bit breezy today, but otherwise a fantastic fall-like day, feeling a bit more summer-like for the rest of the work week. And then finally in Walla Walla, a dry, warm and sunny forecast ahead. Maybe a few more clouds and shower chances by this weekend, but you see the rain chances that we do have for Sunday, only 10%.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 5:49. It's time for your morning sprint in our 5 o'clock hour, and we're starting off with the top 5 local stories that you need to know. Fire activity in the Wildcat Fire area increased over the weekend. Smoke was visible from nearby areas. Fire crews focused on protecting structures and reinforcing control lines in the remote wilderness areas. A quarter-acre spot fire near Goose Prairie was quickly contained by helicopters, and firefighters are continuing to improve defenses around cabins while aviation resources remain on standby. And officials investigated a potential firearm threat at Desert Hills Middle School. This after a student mentioned a weapon. The student was located on a bus shortly after the report, and no firearm was found. The student was turned over to parents, and authorities confirmed there was no access to weapons. The incident is being reviewed by the Kennewick School District. Richland police responded to a car hitting a power pole near Goethals Drive and Gillespie Street on Friday, leaving neighbors without power. The driver fled but was located in a nearby yard and taken into custody. The male faces charges for the order violation, driving without a license, and hit and run. Power was quickly restored to those affected. And the Bend County Sheriff's Office assisted Grandview and Prosser Police during an interrupted residential burglary. A homeowner spotted the suspect leaving and called authorities. The suspect fled on foot and evaded capture. Now a person of interest has been identified, so the search for the suspect remains ongoing. And the League of Women Voters of Benton and Franklin counties held a forum on a proposed change to how Richland elects city council members. The initiative would shift from all at-large seats to 5 district members and 2 at-large members, and it would appear on the ballot this November. If passed, all council members would face a special vote in February. The forum offered pros and cons, but no official stance on the change. And turning now to your national headlines this morning, in a post on social media, Trump said he'll issue major sanctions on Russia, but only if the NATO countries issue their own sanctions. The president also called for NATO countries to stop buying oil from Russia. He wrote the purchasing of Russian oil weakens their negotiating position and bargaining power over Russia. He added that Russia's war in Ukraine would end quickly if those steps are taken. President Trump also called on NATO countries to significantly ramp up tariffs on China in a show of force. In your business news, President Trump says he's talking with China about the future of TikTok. Those talks come just days before a critical deadline that'll determine whether the popular social media app remains available in the United States or goes away. The president said the future of TikTok is up to China. Congress passed a law last year requiring TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, to sell the app to an American buyer or face a ban in the U.S. Lawmakers believe TikTok poses a security risk to the U.S. because China owns it. The law was supposed to take effect months ago, but the president has repeatedly extended it and has allowed TikTok to continue to operate in the country. It's possible the president could extend the deadline again when it comes up Wednesday. Now to your health headlines. The makers of Tylenol reportedly met with HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to try to dissuade him from linking the over-the-counter pain medicine to a possible cause of autism. The private meeting took place last week between the interim CEO of Kenvue and Kennedy. HHS previously announced it's studying the causes of autism. A report is expected later this month, but recent reports suggest the agency will issue an analysis linking the use of acetaminophen during pregnancy to the development of autism. In a statement, a spokesperson for HHS says officials routinely meet with stakeholders for their perspectives. And in a separate statement, Kenvue said it had engaged in a scientific exchange with HHS, insisting the drug is safe and expressing concerns that the upcoming report could cause confusion. And talking sports now, a costly blunder for the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday. Rookie returner Caleb Johnson let a kickoff bounce into the end zone in the fourth quarter against Seattle. The Seahawks recovered the live ball for a touchdown, stretching their lead in what looked like the easiest score of the season. Johnson, a third-round pick out of Iowa, saw limited action in the loss. Seattle sealed the game late with another touchdown, beating the Steelers 31-17. And in more sports headlines, British boxing legend Ricky Hatton has died at the age of 46. Nicknamed the Hitman, Hatton was a former world champion in 2 weight classes, fighting icons like Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Manny Pacquiao. He retired in 2012 with a record of 45 wins and 3 losses. And in recent years, Hatton was open about his battles with addiction and depression, but was set for a comeback fight in Dubai this December. Rest in peace. And now taking a look at what's trending this morning. Over the weekend, a breakfast staple marked its 61st birthday.
That's right. Back in 1964, the Kellogg's company began selling the Pop-Tart. The portable breakfast treat became hugely popular, not just for breakfast, but people would often eat Pop-Tarts as a snack, including yours truly.
Me too.
Billions of Pop-Tarts have been sold over the years.
I like it as a dessert too. Like, it's just the s'mores ones is my favorite.
The s'mores one.
The
Now
best
you're
one.
speaking my language.
Well, Kellogg's invention came to the market first. One of the company's biggest rivals, Post Consumer Brands, had been working on a similar product, but Post Country Squares was not ready for the market, and so Kellogg's Pop-Tarts ended up on store shelves first.
Pop-Tarts was originally called Fruit Scones before the company renamed it Pop-Tarts. It was an instant hit. It took about 3 years for Kellogg's to figure out how to add frosting on the Pop-Tarts that would not melt in the toaster, and the rest, as they say, is history.
Okay, so if you call a Pop-Tart a fruit scone, it just sounds healthy. So maybe I need to start doing that. You know, I'm just enjoying my fruit scone.
Yeah, it's so
not my Pop-Tart.
It's so highbrow, and I feel like with a fruit scone, you would have to have your pinky up as
absolutely,
you eat it and
like
put it
that.
in the toaster.
Why can't I do it right now? Oh, okay, struggling.
That's
yeah,
okay.
There we go.
We'll work on it during the break.
So s'mores is your favorite Pop-Tart flavor?
I would say strawberry. It's probably my favorite.
That's
keep it.
Chris's favorite.
Keep it
Okay,
basic.
yeah, s'mores all the way.
S'mores,
It's like my chocolate fix.
Yeah.
All right, keep it here because coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, state and local leaders are raising alarms about the Hanford Waste Treatment Plant. They say changes in federal plans could threaten jobs, the environment, and also decades of work. We'll break down what's at stake and how the community is responding. Plus, Halloween fans, listen to this. One little Home Depot item has gone viral online. People are hunting for this limited edition bucket, and we'll show you why it's causing a frenzy and how you can snag one before they're officially gone. Ooh, I kind of want one now.
That is right in my wheelhouse, yeah.
It looks so cool. It looks like it can fit a lot of candy.
Yeah, like a massive pill.
Exactly.
Awesome.
And Josh, what are you tracking?
Yeah, some very fall-like weather for today. Kind of gets you in the mood for some Halloween vibes, but feeling pretty summer-like for the rest of the week. I'll tell you just how warm we'll be coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.